This is Lauren Cheek from Lornicopia, and I had someone that was interested in what has happened with my yard since I made my yard video. So I'm going to do a couple of really quick videos this year just to show you how it's developed. Right now I'm looking all messed because I'm getting ready to do yard work, so I didn't wash my hair or anything. But anyway, this is a dogwood that I planted. That one's doing quite well. It was a little sapling. And then right here in the grass, these are little grape hyacinths. They're popping up everywhere, and I'll mow around them so that they don't get, beat up. This is a red bud. It planted itself. It was one of the exciting things. My yard grows everything from seed really, really easily. I live in Atlanta, so you can imagine it's like the soil is clay, but whatever lands here seems to do quite well. And this one planted itself, which I was excited about, and I let grow. But I underplanted it. Actually, a friend of mine took this plant and trained it. It's a little rose, and this rose can live in shade. I have several of them around the yard, and it's growing up this tree. And this is getting ready to go out of bloom, so the azaleas are starting. So I'm going to walk you across the yard real quick and show you another kind of neat, exciting thing that happened. So I'm doing plants right now from startings, but I also have had plants that just planted themselves. And here, I don't think you can see it really well. Let me try to get up close on it. That's an azalea that planted itself. So I put this stake right here, so I won't mow it over. But these right here are not in full bloom yet. These are encore azaleas. They bloom every couple of weeks throughout the year, all year long, and even in the winter if it's warm. So they're a great plant to have. This is Loropetalum. I'm going to close up on it so you can see it. I actually did starts of these all over the yard because they're so pretty, and they grow huge, as you can tell. And I've got a giant backyard, so I want things to fill it up. And then I've got crepe myrtles and stuff. I'll show that to you later. I yanked out, that's the azalea bed getting ready to bloom. I yanked out all the plants on the front of the house and put rose bushes in there. And when I do the other video, they'll be in bloom, and I planted the window boxes so you can see how that looks. Here I've planted a lilac, which has not bloomed yet, but my neighbor coincidentally planted a lilac as well. And you can see right here that it's blooming. Lilacs don't do very well in Georgia, so these are ones that were actually grown here. There's hydrangeas and stuff everywhere. Forsythia, which are yellow, they've already bloomed and gone out. And then over here I have a camellia. They got knocked down because we had 2 snowstorms this year, but it's still blooming, and I'm going to transplant that somewhere else. But roses. I have about 150 rose bushes around the yard. Like I said, you can see those in the other video I'm going to do a little bit later. But yeah, it's all getting ready to come into peak right now. Once the roses and everything are blooming and the hydrangeas, I'll do another really short video. But I've also got a lot of woodland back there. And there's an azalea back here in the back that has been growing for years. All of my plants are probably like 6 feet tall. Like I said, I have a 3/4 acre yard, so I have a lot of room. These are roses. These are some yellow irises that were given to me. Then I have these euonymus, which I'm letting kind of grow wild and try to fill in the fence line. And then there's a patch, I don't know if you can see it in the video, way back in the woods back there. That's just these really beautiful kind of purple flowers that are just growing all by themselves, like a wildflower. But back here I have what I call the gnome garden, because I have little gnomes and things hidden back in here. But this azalea has been here for years, and it has now gotten to where it is about, I would say, 8 to 10 feet, probably closer to 10 feet wide, and about 6 feet deep and 6 feet tall. And it's gorgeous. It's just starting to bloom right now. But then also along these paths, I have hydrangeas, which like being in, that's forsythia, that's already bloomed. But these are hydrangeas coming up from the bottom, and they line the path. So I'm working on putting stuff out here into the back, but I'll give you a quick little run around. I said it's not in its peak yet, but this is a path that I have back in the woods, because my property goes 40 feet back into the woods where my property line ends. And then I just mow a path in here. And I'm working on getting more plants that will grow back here. So I've been doing things from cuttings. So that's what's going on right now. I'll update you in a couple of weeks when it looks really beautiful.